Yeah. Hi, good evening, all of you guys. So this is Vamshi, the trainer for the data science. So just wait for a couple of minutes, guys. I think still some participants are yet to join. So right now the time is 8:03. Just we'll wait for a couple of minutes actually, guys. And one more thing is, you can use the chat panel. So if you have any questions to discuss with me, or if you have any queries, so you will be having a chat panel. So you can use the chat panel. You can also unmute yourself and you can speak, but whenever you unmute, when you try to speak, there may be some kind of a disturbance will come, because at a time, if multiple people are speaking at a time, so unknowingly, if multiple people starts speaking at a time, it creates a disturbance. So please try to use the chat panel, guys. That does not makes any disturbance to anyone. So in the case, if you're unable to text it, so you can unmute yourself and you can speak. Okay. So just I'll take a 2 minutes of introduction from all of you guys. So yesterday we conducted a workshop. So Naveen, I was good. And one more thing is, please try to send a message, or whenever you are using chat. So please try to send it to everyone so that everybody can see that actually. No. I was a freelancer, Naveen. I was a freelancer actually. So I was a freelancing from today onwards. From this month, I was become a freelancing actually. Okay, fine. Yeah, Naveen, are you attended a classes from Naresh IT? Yeah, you are my student only, Naveen. You already attended the classes. Okay. Then why you again attending here? Okay. You're unable to attend the sessions there. Okay, fine, guys. Fine. Yeah, guys. One more thing is, yesterday we conducted a workshop, basically just to give some introduction only. So how many of you have been attended, guys? Anyone? You can use a chat panel and you can just type yes or no, whether if you have attended or not attended, so that I can get some idea about how many people has been attended yesterday and how many people has been attended today. Yes. Not attended, no. Very few yes are there. Remaining are, I think, no's. Okay, guys. So I think very few people has been from yesterday. There have been, okay, 2 or 3 people I can see, Kushal, and one more like Shushil, and Srihari. Okay, so 3 or 4 people I was able to see them who has been attended yesterday's class, and even Kishore, Savita, something like Savita. Okay. So a few people has been attended yesterday's workshop. So yesterday's workshop is going to be something like a small introduction to the data science. So it is not, we have not yet started completely also. So just I have given some introduction. Anyhow, we have a couple of introduction classes are there, 3 to 4. 3 to 4 sessions will be there actually, guys. We'll take some around 3 to 4, just like a demo sessions. I'm going to take it actually. We'll take it as a demo sessions. So where I'm going to give you some introduction to what is data science basically. So as I told you, we have a multiple areas are there, like in our data science, mainly we will learn machine learning, and we are going to be learning deep learning, and we are going to be learning AI. Apart from that, we learn about NLP. So many other things we are going to be learning actually, guys. But these are some of the main important topics actually. So we initially starts our training program on machine learning, but directly we don't start with machine learning actually, guys. We'll start with Python. And after that, we'll move a little bit advanced concepts of Python actually. It is not Python basically. Whatever the concepts that are required for machine learning, so those topics you will be, I will give the training on the Python related to that particular machine learning actually. Yeah, Kushal, you can contact. I think they are already given some contact numbers, so you can. Yeah, yesterday you attended the workshop, Pavitra. Okay, fine. Yeah. new to programming, but yesterday I told you, no, so it is not a matter. So in a couple of days, we'll get some clarity about them. So how much extent you can learn, because one class is not sufficient. Just if you attend the demo classes for 3 or 4 classes, we'll get some clarity about them, guys. So whether it is, whether you are capable to learn it or not, you will be getting some clarity about that. Today, that clarity I'm going to give it actually, guys. Okay, fine. No, yesterday maybe due to Sunday, they have been not contacted, Kushal. You can contact them. Yes, Durgasoft people, anybody is there? Anybody is there from Durgasoft? Yes, guys, if anybody is there from Durgasoft, so please share that particular details with the participants. They're asking about a fee structure. Yesterday we have been, maybe today you can contact them. Maybe yesterday there is a due to Sunday, they may not be responded. You can call them actually, guys. Okay, but initially I think you got a mail, right? Kushal, did you got a mail from Durgasoft? Yeah, you got the mail, no? So I think in the mail they will share you the details, right? So this is the mail they got. They will send the mail actually. This is going to be the mail. Just give me a minute once.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, some people are asking about the fee structure. So please update them.
I already sent a mail. Just tell them to check.
Okay, fine. So this is a mail they got it actually, guys. I think this is the mail they will send you from the Durgasoft people.
Okay, I will inform you. Probably in the evening 5 o'clock we are.
Yeah. So this one, guys, I think this is going to be the mail which you are going to be getting from the Durgasoft people. You can just check the mail. The fee structure is going to be 16,000. So what we can say, duration will be 4 months. And as a complimentary, they will provide you the Python 170 videos for free from Mr. Durga sir. And these are going to be the updates. We'll get it actually. So these are all bank details and all these things. They have got it actually. Fine. Kushal, fine. You can check your mail once. Fine, guys. So guys, I think most of the people has been attended today as the first session. So they may not have the idea about the data science, but some people has already attended yesterday's class. So I'll take some kind of a review of the last class one more time. Just a review. I'm going to take it actually, but don't worry, because whatever the session I have been taken yesterday, so Durgasoft is going to share you those particular videos to you. They'll share the video to you, and it is only a demo class actually, guys. So you really don't worry about them, because we want to start initially with some practicals, not practically. I just want to extend yesterday's class. So some people has attended, some people has been not attended, but don't worry about that particular classes. I'll just review some 10-15 minutes of review. So the people who already attended, please bear with me just for a 15 minutes of time. Yesterday I made it a little bit clear, but you can attend. You can just go through the video. It may be a 1.5 hour video will be there. So you can just go through the video, and don't worry, because whenever I start with my main machine learning classes, when I start with our main machine learning classes, I'm going to again give you a complete introduction about this particular data science and machine learning classes. Okay, fine, guys. So once again, just if you review the yesterday's class once again, guys, I have started with something relevant to what is going to be machine learning basically, guys. Yeah. So some people attended, some people not attended. So for the people if are not attended, it is completely blank. If I directly go there, that's why just I review the class, just a 10-15 minutes, I review the class. If anybody has been the participants who has been not attended yesterday's class, don't worry. These are all only demo classes. So 3-4 classes will be demos. After that, the main classes will start actually, guys. Fine. So once again, guys, we have started with basically with machine learning. ML basically stands for machine learning, I told you. So as I told you guys, maximum I don't use any presentations actually, guys. Mainly the presentations are basically for corporate levels, not for the training purpose, who want to learn from the scratch. So every day to day, you will be getting this kind of whatever the notebooks I have been writing here, you will be getting this particular, the file also actually, guys. This will come as a .png file to you. You can just open it and you can just check it out, whatever the whiteboard I have been written. along with whatever the examples I'm writing, as well as along with the recorded sessions, the PDF files, assignments, everything will come actually, guys. Okay, fine. So let us start with some introduction to machine learning, guys. Just a 15 minutes review I'll give you. The people who has been not attend yesterday's class, don't worry. So in the coming classes, we'll understand them, guys. So what is machine learning? I told you, guys. Machine learning is going to be nothing but a task where the machines will learn. The task where the machines will learn actually. So review the yesterday's class. You can just go through the video. So Durgasoft people will share you that particular yesterday's video. So you can just access them, just go through that. You'll get some clarity, understanding about the yesterday's class actually. So as I told you, mainly the machine learning is going to be basically for where we are going to doing some kind of an predictive analysis is what exactly we are doing this, guys. That means we are analyzing the data. Whatever the analysis we have been done, based on that, we are going to be doing some kind of a predictions. Like simply to understand them, you can understand them, guys. Simply what I can say is understand the past customers' data. So in a bank, if I talk about a bank, so understand the past customers' data behaviors. So understand the past customers' data behaviors actually, guys, behavior. And based on that, predict who could be the defaulters and who could be the non-defaulters actually. Predict the defaulters and non-defaulters. So we have to understand the past customers' behavior. So how much loans amount they have been taken, what are their salaries, how much is the loan durations, what are their EMIs, how much is their salaries, whether they are staying in a rented house or a own house. So what are the characteristics of the past customers? If we can understand the past customers' behavior and predict the future, who could be the defaulters, who could be the non-defaulters. So that is basically our main target of the main concept of machine learning actually, guys. So simple to understand that you give the data, whatever the data is there, give it to the machines actually, guys. Give it to the machines. Machine understands the data. Whatever it has been understood. Yesterday I've shown you guys, but maybe today also I'll show you that examples actually. So I'll show you the examples actually, guys. So the data was given to the machines. Machines will understand the data actually, guys. Whatever it has been understood, that output, whatever it has been understood, will be given as some kind of an insights to us. This is what I have been understood. This is what I have been learned from the data. That is what exactly the machines will learn it actually, guys. No. What could if the person has, no, guys. So I'm talking about the customers who has taken the loans. I'm talking about the loans customer. So there is a loan separate department is there. So who has been taken the loans? It will study the people who has been taken the loans. The past customers means related to the loans actually. Okay. For example, I want to study the investment behaviors of that. Then in that cases, I have to understand that customers data who has been went for the investments actually. So customers means it is not all customers in the bank who has been taken the loan. Only those loans customers data only will analyze it actually. It's not the complete bank customers data. Okay, fine. So data was given to the machine. Machine understands the data and output will be given in a format of some insights. And based on that particular insights, it is going to be, we can do the prediction. That is what exactly the machine learning says that, guys. A simple understanding. Give me some data to me. I will learn. Machines will learn actually. Generally, most of the people will worry about. That means they will really wonder. So really machines will learn? Yes, absolutely. You will also understand them, guys. You will also accept it. Saying that yes, machines can learn. Machines will learn actually, guys. But machine learns means like a normal human learning, they don't study them actually. They will do some kind of an analysis on the data and they will understand how the behaviors, what are the patterns, so how the trends, all these things it is going to understand them. And whatever it understood, that output is going to be comes in some kind of an insight format. What is that insights? We'll see it later. Based on that particular insights, we can do some kind of a prediction what we can do them, guys. That is what is our main target about this. But yesterday I told you about that. So the people who were not attended the classes, so don't worry. So whenever the data was given to the machine, machine is learning the data And why then? What is the main my role here, guys? As a machine learning expert or a machine learning engineer, what is my role? As I told you, there are some different tasks will be there actually, guys. Machines cannot learn by themselves. Machine requires some kind of a teacher, some kind of a trainer is required actually. Like somebody has to be mentor, somebody act as a mentor for that particular machine. So the mentor is nothing but that is ourself, which is nothing but an ML expert. So ML expert is like a teacher to that particular machines. So this is the data I'll give. This is what you have to learn. This is what you have to understand. Based on this, which you have to learn. That is what exactly we have to guide it. A machine learning expert is nothing but guides the machine to learn actually, guys. But how this particular guidance will be given? As you already hearing about this, a very a buzzing term actually, guys, a term which is going to be very frequently gets used. Yes, there are some unpredictable analysis is also there. Yes, there is an unpredictable analysis is there. Basically, whenever we do some kind of a predictive analysis, it's, I think, Pavitra, I think you may be having a little bit, maybe, I don't know whether you may already have a knowledge about that. Basically, we'll be having two types of learning. There are three types of learnings will be there. One is going to be what we call it as a supervised learning. The other one is going to be what we are going to call it as the unsupervised learning. And the third one is going to be nothing but we call it as a reinforcement learning. So in these cases, where the supervised learning is going to be do some kind of a predictive analysis. In unsupervised learning, it is not a predictive analysis. This is what generally comes under some kind of a task, what we call it as a data mining. So unsupervised learning is not basically for predictive analysis. It will do the analysis. No, I'll guide you guys. Nitish, I'm going to guide you today. So about that particular one, whether you can really learn ML or AI. See guys, ML and AI is not, actually it's a part of a computer science engineering. So it's not a matter that means it's not the matter. First thing is guys, why everybody is learning this data science actually. Your qualification does not matters. Your expertise does not matters. Your qualification, expertise does not matters actually guys. Because completely it is basically understanding the data. Most of the work is done by the machine. Most of the work is done by the machine only guys. Then automatically, sir, how about the code actually? Sir, shall I write any programs? No, you really don't require to write any program for us. Because we are going to take some help of to implement this machine learning and deep learning. Actually, ML and DL, whatever we are learning actually guys, they are actually some kind of a not a technology. There are going to be some kind of a techniques actually guys. They are going to be nothing but techniques. There are going to be some kind of a techniques we have to learn. Simple. For example, just an example actually guys. For example, I have some data with me. Just an example actually guys. There is a salary is there. The salary is from 5,000, something like 12,500, something like, we have some numbers, 26,000, some random alone I'm taking. I'm not taking any sequential actually guys. Let us say 32,500 or something like 37,250. Any numbers you can take it. Let us say 42,860, something is a salaries actually guys. Let us say some data is there, 48,000, some 48,000, some 600, some etc. Same as it is, there is an age is there, some age of the person actually guys. When I talk about the age of the person, which is going to be something like 26 years, 29 years, 27 years, 32 years, some 36 years, some data is there. Just an example. I'm talking about some example actually, yes. If you can observe carefully, the salary has been extended from 5,000 to 48,600. Whereas my age was extended from 26 to which is going to be 38. There are different scales, right? There are different scales actually, guys. So whenever we apply some kind of a mathematical techniques, what happens here is, when one data is of a different scale, what will happen here is, we cannot get a correct estimation actually, guys. That means the mathematical formula does not work correctly. What is that? I'm not discussing them. So what is my main target here is, I want to bring all this data into a common scale actually, guys. Everything has to come into common scale. Without losing the information. Main important is I should not lose the information actually. I should not lose the priority actually, or I should not lose the preferences. So for that, we have some mathematical technique is there. We have some kind of a mathematical technique is there. The mathematical technique is going to be nothing but we call it as a scaling. Don't worry, just a simple technique actually, guys. From every number we have it, divide this with the maximal value actually, guys. Every number should be divided with the maximal value. Now what happens, we know that whenever we divide every number with a maximal value, we know that every number will be coming less than, drops which is going to be less than, which is going to be 1. Less than or equals to 1. 29 divided by 38. 38 divided by 38. So this value will comes to 1. This value comes to 1 actually. This is a mathematical technique. So I'll explain this mathematical technique. If you can understand that, that is sufficient. How to implement them? You don't require any code, because in Python or by using some languages like R, you can implement all these functionalities very easily. That is the reason anybody can learn it. Understanding the techniques only, guys. It is not a technology. It is a techniques what we have to learn it actually. We are going to guide you. We are going to help you to do it with the help of a Python and R. For this, you really don't require any code actually, guys, because in Python and R, we have so many utilities will be there, which can perform all these operations in a very easy and a simplest way actually. That is the reason why I prefer to use the Python actually, guys. Okay. So whatever your expertise is there, yes, I'll also guide you related to what type of jobs, what type of roles will be there. So as I told you, just attend some 2 or 3 demo classes at a free of cost. It's a free of cost. No need to pay any money for that. After 3 or 4 classes, you'll get some clarity about that, whether you will get a job or not. Is it possible to get a job? Is it possible to switch from existing technology to this particular data science projects? So once you get a clarity about that, once if you can confident about that, you can start you can start your journey in the data science. Okay, fine guys. Okay, so what I'm saying here is, here everything is a technique only, guys. If for everybody it is a new only, guys. For everybody it is a new. Even if a person is a 10 years, 20 years of experience in programming, data science is completely as a fresher only, because completely it is different from your programming. We never think our ideas and our thinking should be completely different from a programmer. You should not think like a programmer, guys. You should be never think like a programmer. So writing a program, writing this particular code, we never think about the code. Already yesterday shown you the code. Just 3 lines, 4 lines of code. You can get a lot of functionalities. We'll get it actually. I'll show you the code actually, guys. Okay. So let me just meanwhile, I'll start my Jupyter notebook, and as well as just to give some idea, I'm going to be starting with my another window, which is going to be nothing but my RStudio also. Yeah, as I told you already, I don't know whether you have really attended yesterday's class or not. So as part of our program, you will be having assessments will be there, assignments will be there. For each and every topic, we'll be having some assignments. So it is going to be, actually the thing is, working with our data science course is not just like a normal learning a programming language actually, guys. Every example we'll see, every example we see is going to be comes under some real application actually, a real data set and a real applications only we are going to see them actually, guys. It's not just with a dummy data, taking some 3 or 4 records. We don't do that kind of an examples actually, guys. Just for a small clarity, I'm going to show you some example actually, guys, some small example, which is going to be just a 2 days before it has been got done. This is a class. So this is on 8th, just a 2 days before, which I have been got done. So this is going to be, maybe you can't understand them, but you get some clarity about what data you are going to use this actually, guys. So I'm going to be using some kind of a data called as an insurance data set actually, guys. It is some kind of an insurance data set. So our main target is, so for a particular so-and-so age of the person, depending on some kind of a features, like whether the person is a smoker or non-smoker, whether the person BMI is more than 30, less than 30, whether the gender is a male or a female. You can see the guys, children, depending on the number of children, we have to decide the charges actually. So for that, we have been used all these kind of an analysis actually, guys. All these are going to be our analysis actually. So these are going to be our mainly we have been written some code. Currently, this is what actually currently going on. So this is a code what we have been got written recently, just 2 days before we have been written. It's completely maths. It's completely maths only, guys. You can see some kind of an additions, subtractions. Okay, those things are only everything playing with the numbers only. It's a number stories only, guys. Completely just a number stories. You have to do some maths also. So like this, we have some lot of examples actually, guys. Everything is going to be real data sets only. Along with that, we are also going to do some kind of a projects actually. In the ending of the sessions, we are going to be sharing some kind of a projects also. As I told you, I think already Durgasoft has already sent you the mail. It is based on your or your interested domain. So we have some 3 or 4 domains. We'll be sharing them based on your interest. We can do them actually, guys. Okay, fine. Fine, guys. That is going to be our discussion. Okay, let's come to our discussion actually, guys. So as we are discussing about that, so data was given to the machines. Machines is going to study the data, and based on some understanding, it can do some kind of a prediction actually, guys. Here, whatever the task I have been done is the same thing, guys. I given the data to the machine. I don't write any code at all, guys. I given the data to the machine, and I'll ask the machine what you have been understood. This is what I have been understood actually, guys. So see, guys, these are going to be nothing but some actual data points, and these are what my machine is saying that these could be the predicted values actually. Something currently you can't understand them, which we can see that it's a data visualizations actually. Don't worry about the codes. Don't worry about the code actually, guys. Later we'll study that particular codes. But simply we can see is very small lines of code only we have been got written. It's like everything is like a function only, guys. Everything is going to be like a function. You need not to write any logic for that. Just call the function. It will do the task actually, guys. Okay, fine. So as once again, quick review, guys. So if everything is done by the machine, what is our task actually, guys? So I told you some kind of a techniques we learn actually, guys. Whether you learn data, machine learning, deep learning, whatever it may be, guys, concept is a process is the same process. We have some around 7 steps are there. We have 7 steps are there. If you want to work with images, if you want to work with deep learning, same task actually, guys. Do you want to work with machine learning? Same task actually. First task is going to be nothing but the data collection, or what we have to say that the data loading actually, guys. First of all, you have to collect the data. I told you, every data will not be in a proper format. Every data will not be in a proper structure also, guys. You will be getting different issues will come. Just for a small time being, don't worry about them. I'll open a new file actually, guys. Don't worry. This is my Jupyter notebook. This is my Jupyter notebook. What we are going to use it as part of my Python classes actually. Don't worry, guys. Just don't worry about that. So as I told you, I'm going to be importing a lot of libraries, guys. So just like in whenever we are working with Java or whenever we are working with C, we are going to be importing some kind of a libraries. Here also, we are going to just importing this particular libraries. So SQL knowledge is not a mandatory, but some people says that it is going to be what we are going to call it as what we can say that, which is going to be, some people says that SQL knowledge is required. As of my experience, SQL knowledge is required, but whatever we do it in SQL, everything we do it in Python without using SQL actually. Why? What is the reason for that? I'll explain it in the later applications. Okay, guys. Look at the data sets actually, guys. I have a data set is there. I want to read it actually, guys. You really don't require to write any code actually, guys. See, guys, these are all some techniques, the functionalities what the Python provides you. Do you want to read it from a CSV file? Do you want to read it from an Excel sheet? Do you want to read it from a fixed with flat file? Do you want to read it from a JSON file, or do you want to read it from a SAS file? For everything, we have an utilities. Don't worry, I'm just reading it from a CSV file, guys. C:/data/, I have a data called as an air quality.csv file. This is the data what I'm having it actually, guys. If observe carefully, guys, the data was not read in a proper format at all. It didn't read the data in a proper format at all, guys, because this data is not in a proper structure actually, because it has to be separated by a semicolon. That means if you see the file, you will understand it actually, guys. Now observe carefully, guys. The data, it has been read in a proper format now. See, I specified separator is equals to semicolon. Just by using semicolon, I'm separating the data. Actually here, it is going to be, can you see guys, it is 2.6, 2.2, 2, actually guys. That is not 2,6, it is 2.2, 2.6 actually. Because in some countries, the decimal point is used as a comma, not as a dot. In Indian standard, it is a dot. That's why I'll specify decimal is equals to nothing but I'll say that it is going to be comma actually, guys. Observe carefully how cleanly the data was read actually. How cleanly the data was read actually, guys. You can see the data actually. It is not 2,6, it is actually 2.6 actually. But in some countries, being the decimal point is used as a comma, so it is reading it as a comma actually. But we have to read it like this, guys. Like that, we have some different problems will be there. How to handle that kind of a problems actually. We have a lot of problems will be there. I have a data is there. One more data is there. Just an example actually, guys. Fruits.csv file. I have a fruits.csv file. It does not have a header actually. It's a CSV file actually, guys. It's not a database. It's a CSV file. It is there in my C drive. It is there in my C drive. We'll be sharing all these files to you guys. There are so many real data sets are there. So many real data sets are there. Just if you want, I can just show you the data actually, guys. In my C drive, you can find a folder called as a data. You can see a lot of CSV files. Not only CSV files, you can see some images. You can see some audio files. These are all audio files actually, guys. Like that, we'll be having some data sets. Those data sets will be shared to you. Later, we'll share the data sets actually. Clearly, C:/data. And I told you, guys, there are so many online resources are there. So one of the online resource we are going to be using is going to be nothing but the UCI machine learning repository actually, guys. If you want, you can check it out. UCI machine learning repository actually, guys. This is what they call it as an UCI machine learning repository. If you go there, you can get a lot of data sets actually, we'll get it actually, guys. So many online resources are there. Approximately, we are having around 622 data sets are there actually, guys. With a different areas, actually. Like you can see the data sets actually, guys. Like for example, I want to use something relevant to life sciences. All the data which are related to life sciences actually, guys. Physical sciences, computer science, engineering, social studies, business, games. If you want to work on the data sets like a games data sets, guys, like basketball, chess, which is going to be poker. Okay, some kind of a data sets actually, guys. TikTok, the tic-tac, whatever the data sets what we are having it actually, guys. Okay, so we have a lot of data sets are there actually, guys. We want to work with the life sciences. Life sciences are going to be nothing but some kind of a medical related, all these things what we can see them actually, guys. So which is going to be some kind of an anti-cancer, which is going to be some kind of a data sets. So these are all some kind of a data sets what we can use them actually, guys. So these are all a lot of data sets. You can just go for the data sets and we can get the data sets actually. Data folder, there is a data will be there and we can see the data actually, guys. Some diverse.rar file is there. If I just download the data set and just extract the data actually, you will be getting the data set actually. So you can see diverse.csv file is there, as well as we are having a diverse dot, which is going to be XLSX file is there. So if you open a CSV file, you can see how that particular CSV file is going to be gets working actually. So some data related to diverse. So you can do some analysis on the diverse actually, guys. Some data set actually. Attribute 1, attribute 2. But what are these attributes actually? If you want, you can see the description here, guys. You can see the descriptions here now. The data set descriptions, you can see that applications. These are all my attributes information. So these are all my attributes information. A lot of information is there actually, guys. That is what exactly. Yeah, as I told you, the client is going to be, Charan, the client is going to give you the data. Based on the data, we have to analyze it and we have to give some insights. What is the insights? What you have been studied? Based on that, can I do some prediction actually? Based on that, they can do the prediction. Let us say that I have given some kind of an investments in a banking or a finance investments are there. So whenever I have been, so a person has been done some kind of an investments. So what could be the chances that he could go for the next type of, what could be the next type of investment he can plan? Or I can say that when I can expect the next investment. Will it be more than 2 years or will it be more than 5 years? So my client is expecting some kind of an information that, so what could be the next probability? What is going to be the next chances are there? So whether the client will respond or not, whether customer will respond or not. So anything it can be there, which is related to some taking a business decisions before giving a loan. So what could be the chances that he is a defaulter, or what could be the chances that he's a non-defaulter? Today, if I taken the loan for a housing loan, what could be the next chances? What is the next? What could be the next type of loan he can expect from that same customer actually? Prediction, guys, anything, what could happen in the future? That is what we can call it as a prediction. Okay, fine, guys. Come to the application, guys. Data collection. I'm talking about this. So as I told you, every data will not be in the same format. It will not be same in the same format actually, guys. It is not in a proper format also. Heading is not there. Headers are not there. This is the data actually, guys. Then we have some techniques are there. I simply say header is equals to none. Then it starts reading the data properly. We have to do some kind of at the time of reading the data, understand how the data format is there and how do you read the data actually, guys. So there are some techniques are there. We'll see how to collect the data from CSV files, how to collect the data from Excel sheets, or how to collect the data from something like databases, even databases also, guys. How to collect the data from databases, any relational databases, or it can be something like, it can be any files actually, guys. How to collect the data from JSON files, maybe how to collect the data from a cloud. You will be learning all the different techniques, how to collect the data, how to do some collection of the data. That is what we are going to do this actually. Second thing, as I already told you, it is going to be some kind of a data analysis. We have to do it actually, guys. Some basic analysis will be there actually, guys. What is meaning of basic analysis? Means understanding how is our data. So because there are a lot of issues are there. Right now you can't understand them. Later in the actual classes we'll discuss actually, guys. There are some statistical analyses are there. Some basic statistical analysis will be there to understand our data actually, guys. After doing this, we'll understand what are the issues with the data actually. Then we do some kind of a data cleansing is what we are going to do it actually, guys. We call it as a data cleansing is a task what we are going to be performing that actually. Data cleansing means identifying some kind of an issues with the data and just solving that. How do you handle that actually, guys? As I told you, some kind of a missing data may comes actually, guys. How to handle that particular missing data? Some kind of an irrelevant data will come actually, guys. It is going to be nothing but some irrelevant data will come, and we call them as outliers. Outliers are going to be there. So which are going to be the outliers? How to handle them actually, guys? Those are the things what we have to learn it. And to understand the data very well, much, we are going to use some kind of a data visualizations. It is a data visualizations actually, guys. Some kind of an analysis, but visually we are going to be doing this actually. Visually we are going to be doing this actually. What we are going to do that? Visual EDA. So visually we'll try to understand the data. Data visualization plays a very important role actually, guys. Very important role. As a machine learning engineer or a machine learning expert or a data scientist, you should be very, very good at visualizations, because visualizations only makes you understand the patterns, the trends, the correlations, everything we can study only with the help of the visualizations. So we will learn a very beautiful data visualizations, guys, a very beautiful data visualizations. Like we are going to be working with, no, guys, that is not, that's why I'm talking about that. Those are different actually. Say those are basically comes under business intelligence. Business intelligence is different from data analysis actually. Okay. That business intelligence is something different. Business intelligence will always talks only about the business data. But here it is not a business data actually, guys. Data visualization can be used for any purpose, for understanding our algorithms, for understanding the models behaviors. We'll use the data visualizations. So mostly in our classes, we are going to be learning. Everything is done by Python only, guys. Why you prefer to do the Python actually, guys? Because Data collection, I can do it by Python. Data analysis, I do it by Python. Data cleansing, I do it by Python. Data visualization, I do it by Python. So this is some kind of a data visualization actually, guys. This is done by Python. This is a simple code actually, guys. A very simple code actually. You really don't require any data visualization tools like Tableau or Power BI is not required, but Power BI is there as part of our course curriculum. How it is different from these reports, I'll tell you later. Okay. So this is my data visualization techniques actually to understand the behavior of the data or to understand the behavior of a model. This is going to be what I'm going to do it actually, guys. So we have some a very popular modules in Python actually, guys. Everything is done by module only, guys. These are going to be done mainly these three actually, guys. Data collection, data analysis, data cleansing, even data visualization also we can do. All these things will be done by a module, what we can call it as pandas. So in Python, there is going to be a built-in. There is a built-in library called as pandas. It's not a built-in. Actually, we have to install it. So the pandas is one of the data manipulation module actually, guys, which performs all the data related operations can be gets done actually. Coming to visualizations, we use Matplotlib. We'll use a Matplotlib. We are going to use a Seaborn, and we are going to use something like an I can say something like an Bouquet. If you want, you can check all of them in online actually, guys. Plotly and a Dash. These are going to be some of the popular modules what we are going to be using actually, guys. All these are open sources. Everything is an open source actually, guys. I can say Matplotlib, which is going to be nothing but it's a Matplotlib which is going to be org. They're not .com actually, guys. It's a matplotlib.org. This is completely for data visualizations. We do them actually, guys. Complete data visualizations. Not only this, even we are having something like a Seaborn. We are going to be having Seaborn actually, guys. Seaborn.pydata.org. It is basically used for this one actually, guys. Yes. Is it correct? It depends on your experience. Already you're saying that you are having an experience. Already you're working as a team lead, no? So I don't know how many years of experience you're having, Pavan, but the people who are already having a real-time experience, transition into a data science is very easy. That is very easy actually, guys. For a freshers, it may be a little bit difficult. I'm not saying that they don't get it, but for the who are already having 2 to 3 years of experience, who are already having 2 to 3 years of experience, they can easily migrate there. They can simply transfer from the existing technology to the data science. Absolutely. You will be having a very good pace actually. Even yesterday's class, I told you actually. Can you present the visualizations in Jupyter IDE? Yes, no. Everything is going to be nothing but, no, guys. That is a different discussions that will in Charan, we'll discuss them in the, that we are going to do that actually. But as you're asking about that I can do it. As you are saying that I can do it by using Power BI or something. These are not business intelligence tools actually, guys. These are not for business intelligence. In business intelligence, we'll share that particular reports to the clients or your business users. Here, we are understanding the data actually, guys, because the end product is going to be here is your machine learning model. Your ML model is going to be the final product actually, guys. The model is going to be the final product. So all the data visualizations we do is for our understanding. It's not for the client's understanding. We don't give that. We will directly give the ML model. The ML model, if you give the input, it will do some prediction. You give the customer's data. It will tell, the output will be simply give the loan, don't give the loan. He is a defaulter. Chances that he is a defaulter. So no loan, no approval of loan. He is a non-defaulter. Okay, it is going to be an approval of a loan actually. Yes. That's it. That is the way which we are going to be working with them. Okay, fine. So it's not business reports. We are not going to discuss any business analysis here now. It's data analysis, not business analysis. Okay, fine guys. Okay, that is going to be the application. Fine. Okay, so coming to the data visualizations, Matplotlib, Seaborn, we can work with the Seaborn actually. This is a Seaborn module actually, guys. Same as it is, we are having Bouquet. This is going to be what we are going to call it as a Bouquet module actually. Okay, so this is going to be docs.bouquet.org. This is going to be some kind of an Bouquet documentation. Plotly, which is going to be nothing but what we are going to call it as a Plotly. Plotly is going to be another one. Plotly and a Dash. These are going to be some kind of an interactive reports. We can do them actually, guys. So whatever, if we are worried about, sir, what about I do it in Tableau? What about it is going to be Tableau and Power BIs are nothing but dashboard reporting actually, guys. Same dashboard reportings, I can do it here actually, guys. By using Plotly, I can do such kind of a dashboarding. I can do that actually. It is going to be nothing but what we are going to call it as dash Plotly. It is going to be dash Plotly and a dash. Basically, which is going to be nothing but which we are going to do the dashboard reporting, what we can do them actually, guys. It is dash plotly.com, which is going to be dash actually, guys. You can see dash apps goes where Tableau and Power BI cannot. I think now you got a clarity, guys. Dash apps go where Tableau and Power BI can't. NLP, object detection, predictive analytics, and more it can do it actually, guys. Okay. So Dash is a new standards for AI and data science applications. Mainly for data science and AI applications, we use them actually, guys. Hope you got the clarity, guys. Some people who are talking about the Power BI and all these things, right? Fine. So, okay. So which is going to be, all these things can be done by using Python only, guys. You really don't require any tools or anything that's not required. Why only Python? You can also use the R language also, guys. Same applications, we can do it by using R language. So don't worry, guys. This is going to be my R Studio, what I call it as. This is my R Studio. It is basically the IDE which I'm going to use it for R applications actually, guys. So here also I can work with them, guys. Same procedures. Almost all, if you understand the Python, we can learn R language very, very easy. Very easily we can learn it actually, guys. Same code, same applications. It's very simple applications, guys. We'll write the code like this. Previously, I have read the data actually, guys. Simply, I'll say that it is read.csv. I'll do it actually. C:/data/, it is going to be some kind of a data actually, guys. Whatever the data is there, same data I'll select it actually, guys. We are having a data set called as the air quality.csv file is there. We are having a data set called as an air quality.csv file. Separator is equals to nothing but it's a semicolon. That is a Python style. This is going to be R style actually, guys. Same procedure, same application. You really don't require anything actually. Yes, we have a training. We have a training on R language, but the prerequisite to learn R language is going to be Python actually, guys. Why it is a prerequisite? Because is to make you understand, because again, we cannot spend all the time studying all the R starting from the basics actually, guys. What generally we do is, I'll compare the R language with Python. So this is a way we should do it in Python. This is a way which we do it in R. Just now I have shown you the application also. That's why you will be having the R sessions. For 1 week, we are going to be learning actually, guys. And specifically in R language also, we are going to be learning one machine learning algorithm called as an association rules, which I call it as an A rules. Sir, why not in Python actually, guys? Python does not have a proper library to implement A rules. Whereas in R language, we have a better algorithm, a better library for implementing of association rules. That's why some part, that means some concepts, I'll show you with both R as well as with Python so that we can get some clarity about that particular application, guys. Yes, I'll share you the detailed contents also. Naresh IT will, the Durgasoft people, the team will do that. I'll share you some, I'll share you guys. Surely I'm going to share you. So this is going to be my detailed, just I'll give you some idea about that. This is my complete full stack data science course actually. So this is going to be the complete summary of them, guys. These are the main topics we are having it actually. So this is going to be core Python. We are going to learn for around 12 sessions. After that, we'll start with a library called as a NumPy, which is 5 sessions. Pandas is going to be of 12 sessions. Visualization is of 6 sessions. Machine learning will be of 31 sessions. R language is there for 7 sessions. Deep learning, guys, we'll spend a lot of time on the deep learning, guys. 22 sessions will work. NLP is going to be for 7 sessions. Plotly and Dash is going to be for 7. Chatbots, we are going to be study for 4 days. When Hadoop and Spark is an optional concept actually, guys, will work for 4 days. And even Azure ML, we are going to be working for 4 days. And Power BI also, we are going to be working for 4 days actually. And these are my complete day-to-day sessions actually, guys. day-to-day sessions, topics, each and every day-to-day, what we are going to be learning actually. So let us say if I talk about R language. So what is going to be R language? Introduction to R language, installation of R console and R studios, basic operators in R, importing the data, packages in R, the machine learning algorithms in R, Navi-based implementation. One example I'll show you guys. Association rules. Understanding association rules supports confidence lift factor. 2 days it will take it actually, guys. And association rule implementation with a market basket analysis. What is this market basket analysis, guys? When you go to any store, like in US, there are very huge grocery stores are there. So what is the chance that when a customer buy an X product, what is the chances that he is going to buy the Y product? Market basket analysis, what we call it as. Yes, that is going to be also covered in our NLP, guys. In our NLP, we are going to be doing that particular web scraping actually. Because there we are going to be extracting the data by using Twitter. By using Twitter, we are going to extract the tweets from the Twitter actually, which is going to be nothing but a web scraping technique actually, guys. A sentimental analysis using some recurrent neural networks, RNNs. Those are the things we are going to be discussing actually, guys. That is Pavitra. Fine. End to end, guys, it's a full stack data science course. It is more than what you are expecting. My course curriculum is going to be completely more than whatever you expected actually, guys. Beyond that, it's a beautiful application, beautiful learning in deep learning actually, guys. Deep learning will be having a very good the techniques and all these things we learn it actually, guys. What is deep learnings? Machine learning versus deep learning, reinforcement algorithms, neural networks, differentiation, the maths behind them. Even also teach the mathematics also, guys. So the neural networks works completely based on the calculus. So what is that calculus? Also, I'll explain them actually. How neural networks will works. What is feed forward? What is back propagations? So what are activation functions? What are learning rate, batches, epochs, optimization techniques are there? How to work with the images, OpenCV module. So how to draw the shapes, how to draw the images, how to capture the videos from the webcam. All these things. Facial expression recognition actually, guys. Yesterday I shown you one small example about that. Okay, if you want, I'll show you the example actually, guys. Yesterday I shown you, if anybody has missed. Data science, the way to get data scientist role. Yes, we can build it. We can build it. So it is going to be, that comes under reinforcement learnings actually, guys. That's going to be comes under building the chess, AlphaGo. These are going to be some of the success stories of AI actually. AlphaGo is the latest success stories actually, guys, of AI. The name of the is going to be nothing but what they call it as an AlphaGo actually, guys. It is going to be AlphaGo, which is going to be the reinforcement learning actually. So it's a deep mind. It's going to be some deep mind, and AlphaGo is a game that has been got developed actually, guys. Okay, so that is going to be. So AlphaGo is the first computer program to defeat a professional human Go player, the first to defeat a Go world champion, and arguably the strongest Go player in the history actually, guys. This is one of the biggest success of this particular the AlphaGo game actually. So this was a very old game, which is mainly basically in the China. It's a board game actually. So by kind of a strategic thinking, they will play it actually, guys. Okay. So there are so many things are there to discuss actually, guys. So not in basically like teaching a programming. So like this is programming. This is what we do. It's not like this actually, guys. It's different scenarios. It's completely different concepts actually. So even most of the trainings will not contain audio files actually, guys. Images for deep learning. I'm going to use around 5 or 6 deep data sets actually, guys. Age, gender data set is there, which is going to be a face emotion recognition. There are some MNIST data sets, fashion MNIST data sets, Cipher data sets. These are some of the images data sets, guys, which contain some around 50,000, 60,000 images. It's not just a 10, 20 images, guys. So we have an images data set is there with us. It contains 24,000 images actually, guys. 24,000 images I'm having it actually. So it is going to be project. I have a project is there. Inside that we have this particular actually. Yeah. So we can see the images actually, guys. At different ages, different genders, different races. We are having 24,000 images. We have it actually, guys. 24,108 images are there. I didn't collected them manually, guys. I didn't collected them manually. These are some research people has contributed to us. We'll study based on these images. So this is a small download. Anybody can download it actually, guys. Anybody can get the download. I need not to share them. They are already available online. They're public data sets. You can get it actually, guys. Whatever I shown you is UTK data set actually. This is going to be an UTK data set actually, guys. This is a data set what we are having. I told you, you can use the data sets. MNIST data set actually. Handwritten digits actually, guys. It's an MNIST data set actually. It's an handwritten digits actually. The handwritten digits data sets actually, guys. You can just get the download and we can do them actually. You can directly download them, guys. Really don't require it actually. Yeah, you can watch the videos. You can watch the videos, but for regular classes, if you can spend the time for regular classes, attending every day, that is going to be good actually, guys, because recorded videos are going to be waste your time actually. You should dedicate the proper timing to that. Fine. So guys, yesterday, one example, one just practical small example I have been shown, which is going to be the face detection actually, how the face was detected on the face. You can take your images. You can take your images and we can do them actually, guys. So this one is the data set actually. This is one of the data set actually. So in our statistics, time series analysis, we'll teach it actually, guys. Yes, absolutely. Statistics, I'm going to teach you. Time series analysis, everything is going to be there actually, guys. Absolutely will be there, Deepti. Okay. So this one, guys, yesterday, I think just a small example, you can just take a data set actually. In our, actually, I'll take one image. It's an our personal images. Personal images means one of the student from my morning 9:30 batch. So in my morning 9:30 batch, I have two students are there, guys. That is the first time I have been seen. One is in 9th standard and one is in 7th standard. One is in 9th standard, one is in 7th standard. They're learning data science course actually. Yes, we implement AI chatbots. We have a chatbots are there. This is my chatbot this is my chatbot example. Just recently I covered it. Recently I covered it in one of the batch. Okay. So this is going to be one of the module actually, guys. Let me import them. So this is my chatbot application. Two ways are there. One chatbot is developed by using Python and another chatbot is going to be developed by Microsoft Azure. So we have two. These are all my chatbot applications actually, guys. So you can run them applications. I can just run them. Right now, I'm not running them because it takes a little bit time to run all these applications. So, okay, I'll show you guys just quickly, just 2 minutes, I'll finish off it. So too many questions are coming because in beginning classes, there is a lot of questions for so many people actually, guys. Because so many people are having a different opinions about them. That's the reason so many questions will come. So I can spend the time actually, guys. Not a problem for me. Another 30 minutes. If you can sit for another 30 minutes, I can discuss them actually. Okay. Let us come here actually, guys. So I'll show you the image. His name is, what is his name? I forgot. Teja. His name is Teja actually. His name was Teja actually, guys. So his image actually. This is an image. This is a photograph he has been sent to us while doing the practical actually, guys. He's a 9th class student actually. He's a 9th class student actually. So image is a very large image. Okay, so not a problem. We can do them, guys. So I'm trying to identify where is the face in the image actually, guys. Where is the face in the image actually? So just I'm plotting them. This is where we can see the whatever that particular face is there actually, guys. He has just taken a photograph and he has been sent to us. And that is what I have been got done actually. I can resize them. That is not a problem. We can just resize them, guys. We can resize them and we can do that particular applications. So just for a small testing, I'll take a small image. I'll take a small image, guys. This is going to be, I just have an image, which is going to be, this is an image actually, guys. So this is our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. So I'm going to be sending the data actually, guys. And it is going to tell me where is the face in the image actually, guys. So I don't know whether you can see it clearly, guys. There is a red color, the square has been drawn around the face actually. But don't expect that everybody, every time the face will be detected there only, guys. To understand them, we have a different, we have it actually, guys. So it's not at the same location actually. I have another image is there actually, guys, just for an example, which is going to be some kind of an image called as an angry image is there. Now it is not at the photo was not at the middle. It is some at the edge. You can see them. So I'm giving it to the machine. Machine studies the data and it has given the data actually. Where is my face is there? This is a face. I have multiple images. Everywhere the image will not be at the same location. You take any image, I can detect that particular face actually. Yes. So I have another image is there. Some smiling image is there. You can see that this is my smiling image. Where is the face is there? This time the face is at a different locations. This is what I'm going to do it actually. Yes. This is a code what we can write it actually. Yes, absolutely. These photo editors will works only with the numbers only, guys. Yes, it's an OpenCV. It is an OpenCV actually, guys. Yeah, from the face we can identify whether it was a female or a male. You can identify the expressions. So we can do them, guys, because nowadays we know them. That can be used for any purpose. We'll discuss them in the coming applications later. This is an OpenCV actually, guys. It's an OpenCV library. So I already imported that particular OpenCV only, which is going to be import CV to as CV. We can do a lot of things actually, guys. Actually, some of them are not they have been not informed there. Even we are going to be gets working with YOLO. You are going to be gets working with the YOLO actually, guys. Similar to OpenCV, you are having a module. We are having another library called as a YOLO. It's a very popular one actually, guys, which is going to be a very popular one actually for kind of an object detections, etc. They uses this particular OLO actually, OLO open source. Basically for object detections and all these things they use us actually, guys. So this is going to be a real-time object detections actually. So we do those things what we are going to do this. Even SSD also is going to be there. So some kind of an models are there. Some kind of an pre-trained models will be there. We are going to be gets working with them actually, guys. So it is beyond our imagination, guys. Your data science is not just like a programming language. Don't expect that we learn an if statement, we learn a for statement, we learn some loops, we learn some object oriented. No, it is beyond that. A real, which is going to be very realistic examples actually, guys. You take your own image and we can do them actually. Okay, fine. Okay, guys, let's complete our discussion actually. So data visualization, up to here we have been done. The next thing is nothing but mainly the training the machine actually, guys, the machine learning actually. That is what we are going to call it as the training which is going to be the data model actually. Where the machine is going to start learning actually. The importance here is the algorithms actually, guys. Machines don't learn automatically by themselves, guys. There is some algorithm which will guide it. There is an algorithm which is going to guide it actually, guys. How that particular algorithm will works. So basically every algorithm works based on the maths. Like for example, guys, KNN is there. I'll tell you what is that later actually, guys. It is going to works completely based on the distance. You know how to calculate the distance between two data points. Normally we have an idea, guys, but we have some other techniques are there, which we are going to discuss a little bit more about them. We are having a decision trees, guys. We are having something called as a decision trees. It works based on something called as a Gini index or what we call it as an entropies. We are having Navi Bayes is there. We are having a Navi Bayes is there, guys. Navi Bayes is going to be works based on the probability. So I'll teach you the probability theory. So for every algorithm, there is a math behind them. So what is that maths? I'm going to be explaining that when you discuss about the algorithm. We don't have any separate math classes actually, guys. We don't have any separate math and stats classes. At the time of discussing that, you will be having that actually, guys. Okay. So the main importance is the main powerfulness is an algorithm actually, guys. Using which algorithm you are solving the problem. If algorithm is effective, your problem also will works effectively, guys. Otherwise, it will works weakly. That means prediction will not be that much accurate actually. So here the machine understands the data and the outcome is going to be coming like in some model format actually. Some model will come actually, guys. So just to understand the data, yesterday I shown you one small example also. I'll just show you the example actually. The people who has not attended yesterday's class. So some data have been given, guys. Some data have been got given. This is my decision trees. I given some data to the machine. some small data set. It's a very small toy data set. Don't worry about the code. Directly I'm running the code actually, guys. Some data is there, which is going to be some kind of a fruits data set. So these are the characteristics of the fruits. These are apples and these are oranges. We have the data actually, guys. So these are some apples and oranges data set I have been given to the machine, and the machine understands the data, and whatever it has been understood, it has been given me in a proper format actually, guys. So don't worry. Some examples will take a little bit time actually, guys. See, this is going to be my data. All the red color data points are apples and all my blue color data points are oranges. So if you can see, the apples characteristics are a little bit away from the oranges. We can differentiate them. So I'm asking the machine, don't worry about this code, guys. I'm just writing the code. I just want to show you how my model will tell you that rules actually, guys. These are the rules what my machine is saying actually, guys. Or if you want to see in a text format, we can see this, guys. Can you see? The model, the machine studied the data actually, guys. This data was studied by machine, and the machine is saying that if the weight is less than or equals to 138, it is an orange. If the weight is more than 138, and if the weight is also less than 148, and if sphericity is less than 0.796, it is an apple. If the sphericity is more than 0.796, it is an orange. If the weight is more than 148.5, it is an apple. This is what the machine has learned. But see the code, guys. I never written any code there. Some code was written. The code was written only to inform the machine actually. But no if statements, no for statements, no loops, nothing I have been got written. Simply, this is my model actually, guys. This is my model. See, you are getting like a tree format, and we are going to be getting some kind of a rules format like this. And what is going to be your accuracy actually, guys? 6 apples are predicted correctly, but according to the rules, out of the 9 oranges, 8 correctly predicted, 1 has been went wrong. This is a confusion matrix actually, guys. I was a very specialist in working with this evaluation actually, guys. Generally, most of the people, lot of confusion in this topic only, guys, because how do you evaluate your model performance? So my expertise is completely on evaluation only, guys. Evaluation of model performance. So I'm going to give you a lot of ideas here, guys. How do you evaluate the model performance? So what is a confusion matrix? What are true positives? What are true negatives? What are false positives? What are false negatives? All these things we are going to do that actually. Loops will have it. That's a different case actually, guys. Loops will decrease your performance actually. Loops will decrease in the performance actually, guys. Main problem with the loops is it is going to be decrease the performance actually. So we never write that kind of a code because we already have a ready-made tools are there. We directly use them and directly will implement them actually, guys. And I told you, we'll try to improve the model performance. Improving of model performance actually, guys. These are the things what we are going to be doing actually. So first load the data, collect your data, do some analysis, clean it if it is required, understand by using data visualizations, apply the algorithm. Just a minute, guys. Apply the algorithm, guys. Apply the algorithm. So based on the algorithm, machine will develop a model, evaluate how good the model is working, and try to improve the model performance, guys. Whether you implement a neural network, which is as a part of a deep learning, whether you implement some kind of an classification algorithms, or whether you talk about a regression algorithms, whatever it may be, the flow is the same flow actually, guys. The flow is the same flow actually. Some algorithms will take more time, some algorithms will take less time actually, guys. Generally, neural networks will take more time actually. It will take more and more time it will take it actually, guys. Not like your normal machine learning algorithms. That's why neural network is a separate part, which is a part of deep learning. But deep learning is also part of machine learning only, guys. ML contains deep learning. So deep learning is going to be a subset of the ML only, guys. Deep learning is also part of an ML, but they made it a little bit separately. So neural networks are a little bit different. A little bit more and more math will be there. Differential calculus. So we'll learn all the calculus actually, guys. So we have a different blogs and all these things I'm going to be sharing actually. So I'll tell you the different applications, guys. Maths is fun. So this is one site actually, Khan Academies. We know that. And even in YouTube also, guys, we have some, these are all maths which we have to study them actually. So we have to study this calculus. Mainly we have to study the differential calculus actually. So to find out what is minimum, maximums, derivatives, those things only we have to study them actually, guys. These are all optionals which you have to study by yourself. I'll teach you. You have to explore a little bit more about that, because all that maths is going to be intermediate standards only, guys. 10 plus 2. Even differentiation, calculus, you can refer probability. For all these things, 10 plus 2 standard textbooks actually, guys. That is sufficient actually. Yeah, you can placement. It is good actually, guys. That is up to you, Arshad. So all the options you're having, anyhow, we're already in the 6th semester. So I think you are in the 3rd year, right? 6th semester means you are in the ending of the 3rd year, right? Or ending of the 4th year. Okay, ending of the 3rd year, you concentrate on that. Anyhow, it will take a little bit time to complete of the data science course. You can do it as a project. You can do the project actually, guys. As part of computer science engineering, for example, at the end of your academic year, in the 4th semester, in the 4th year, you have to do a project. For the project, you can choose an AI projects actually, because so many people are doing the AI related projects only. Yes, absolutely. By using algorithms, we develop the model, we implement the model, and then we have to evaluate the final ML models. Absolutely, Charan. So using the algorithms, when you apply the algorithm, machine learning will study them, and it gives you an ML model. How good that particular model is working, will evaluate it actually. So there are so many techniques are there, guys. So many techniques are there. Mostly we don't get it from any textbooks and all these things, because that is completely the practical implementation of them. We have a lot of techniques actually. So we do some kind of a cross validation techniques, and we are going to be using a different types of metrics are there, precisions, recalls, AUC, F1 scores. There are so many metrics are there actually, guys. We'll study all those particular metrics and all these things. We'll study them actually. Okay. Actually, my plan today is to just give some idea about just like how do you do it in Python, how do you do it in R. The idea here is, once if you look at the code and all these things, guys, you are not writing any functional code. Everything is going to be just a function. Call the function. The function is already made. Just we have to call the function actually, guys. Really, you don't require to write any functional code. Much we cannot write any code actually, guys. So just for a small interesting, I'm showing you, just if you can see some kind of a code actually, guys. Just a line by line will write the codes like this actually, guys. Just a line by line will write the codes actually. This is how I extracted the data from Twitter. This is my Twitter web scraping technique actually, guys. So you can see what type of a words that has been mostly used in the tweets. So some kind of an examples actually, guys. You really don't worry about them, but they're quite interesting actually, guys. So these are going to be, right now I don't have it, but you can see these are what we call it as a word clouds. So what words are going to be very highly, it is going to be used, like year, Christmas, new, approaching, everyone, clients, random, merry, wish, okay, special, something, prepared, wishing, holiday. These are the some of the words which we are going to be using very frequently, guys. Yeah, that comes only with a practice only. Which algorithm has to be, which algorithm has to be used for which problem. That is what we teach it in our classes actually, guys. So depending on the problem, we have to teach it actually. Depending on the problem, we have to identify which algorithm we have to use. That comes with the practice actually. That will comes with our practice actually, guys. Fine, guys. So that's it for today, guys. That's it for today. We are going to be just ending up the session. Today is my first and second class, no, guys. I don't want to take a little bit more. If you have any questions, I can spend the time actually, guys. If anybody is there who is having any sort of questions, we can just discuss it them, and then we'll continue with the tomorrow's class. Anyone, guys, any questions do you have? You can use the chat panel, or if you want, you can unmute yourself and you can speak if you want. Yeah, regular session time duration is 1.5 hours. So at least 75 to 90 minutes. Yes, it is going to be nothing but what we can say is the reinforcement learning is also part. It is not there in my, actually, that was not there in the course curriculum, because the reinforcement learning is something different, which is a lot of maths and all these things will be there. That's why what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you, but it is not going to be at a higher level, but a little bit at lower level. We are going to discuss it actually, guys. Ashutosh, you surely will get the mail regarding the course details. if you give the correct email ID, have you attended the today's class or yesterday's class? Who is that? Ashutosh. This is your first class or yesterday's class? Have you attended yesterday, Ashutosh? Yes, guys. Freshers. What is the fees, class timings, and course details? Everybody is going to get the mails from the Durgasoft. Okay, so you can just if you attended the today's class, after the class is completed, you will be that they are going to get the email ID and they are going to share you the details actually, guys. Yeah, you can see, guys. Every session is going to be every algorithm is going to be nothing but which is going to be every algorithm is going to be a real implementation only, guys. Okay, how algorithms works in data science? Please show me one example of this is a regression algorithms actually, guys. This is what I've shown you is a regression algorithm. Whatever we have been done is a regression algorithm. I'll just show you once. This is a classification algorithm. This is just now currently today we are doing this actually. This is going to be a regression algorithm actually, guys. This is my regression algorithm. sklearn.linear models. It is a linear regression I implemented. This is going to be nothing but my regression model actually. This is an example. Clustering, regressions, association rules. Yeah, that is up to you, but it's a live class only, guys. It's going to be live class actually. It's going to be live class, no copy pasted, no copy pasting. You can see the videos, everything step by step, I'll write it in the class only. Maximum, we don't do any sharing the previous class notes and all these things. For every class, you will be getting that particular, the day-to-day, the notebooks will come actually. Whatever the notebook I'm writing there with the whiteboard, as well as whatever the IPNB files, those are going to be get shared actually, guys. Projects wise, as I told you, that is up to your requirement. So which domain you require, you will be sharing that particular, we'll be sharing some around 4 or 5 projects. Among that, which one is your interested domain, which one is going to be your required or which is relevant to your experience, you can choose that kind of ones. There are multiple domains are there. If you can give me your own requirements also, I can find some projects related to that. Yeah, guys, everything for everybody can learn, anybody can learn it actually, guys. Because nowadays what is happening here is this basic data analytics is a common criteria for any kind of a role, because anywhere you can use. It's not that only computer science engineering can be used. Even a chemical engineer can use this particular data science. A civil engineer can use the data science. A B pharmacy, whenever work with a B pharmacy or M pharmacy, those people can use it actually, guys. It is everything is working with the data only, guys. Data is everywhere nowadays. Data is everywhere. Business is having a data, research is having a data. Everywhere, telecoms will have the data, bankings will have the data. Everybody is having the data actually, guys. So there is nothing like this must be. Data scientist is not a computer science engineer. Even a person who has done a PhD in chemistry, he can become a data scientist. He is having his clinical data. Same as it is, we are going to do that. Absolutely, we can clear the data science interviews. That is, as part of my commitment is, guys, 4 months. 4 months is my commitment, and complete course, complete data science course will be getting. And as I told you, Sundays you will be having workshops. You have to attend that particular workshops actually. Okay, you will get certification. Yes, you have 13 years of experience. You can go as a data scientist. It's not a problem. It's not a problem, but you also has to check how much extent. That means how much they're expecting. If you put all the 13 years, you can't put all 13 years of experience on data scientist. So 2 or 3 years. So based on that, you can manage it actually. So already you are saying that you are 13 years of experience. So how to handle the team? You already have an experience with that. So even the companies are looking for the people who are having some experience, but not completely on data science. So who are having IT experience, and then who can handle that particular projects, like project managers, team leaders. They're looking for that kind of a roles basically. Yes, absolutely. Freshers also will get a lot of jobs, because nowadays research associates is a new the jobs which most of the companies are looking for actually, guys. Basically for research they are going to be doing actually. Okay, so as a freshers, the people even at 11 o'clock in our 11 o'clock batch, some of the freshers has got an appointment as the research associates, they have got it actually. Yes, you can claim any experience on data science, absolutely. But whatever your Python experience is there, that is some helpful to that, because here it is not a Python class actually. 15 days is Python, 12 days is Python. After that, the data science will start. Charan. Okay. Yes, we'll get the certification from Durgasoft related to the course completion certificate, but you have to get some confirmation about that from Durgasoft people. Timings, as I told you guys, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. is your class timing, Harris Shah. And fees, it is 16,000 actually. 16,000 is the fees. And you can discuss related to the fees issues and all these things with Durgasoft, my backend team from Durgasoft. Technical, if you have any questions, you can just discuss with me actually, guys. 3 years. Anyhow, companies are also looking for 2 to 5 years. 3 years is sufficient. Maximum 3 years, 2 to 3 years you can claim. It depends, because it may be a midnight, no? It may be already, it's a late night. Maybe, but the next day, early hours, you are going to get the recording actually. That I also has to confirm from the from my backend team. Okay, fine. Yes, every class is practical actually, guys. Every class is going to be practical. I'll just show one recorded video just so that you can get some clarity about that. So we have a lot of videos will be there. Like this, we'll be getting some videos actually, guys. So this is my last class actually. So just I'm playing the video. I'm playing the video for a couple of minutes so that you can get some clarity about that, how my session is going on actually. So this is going to be my video. Actually, I've shown you the example, no, the insurance data set actually. So maybe you can't hear the voice because it will come. I'm using my headphones. You cannot see that. So this is how I'm going to be working with them actually, guys. You can't see the video. You can't hear my voice. Everything I'm going to write step by step actually, guys. Yes, we'll be having a WhatsApp groups will be there. You can just directly call me, or you can we can have some weekends, as I told you, there will be workshops will be there. You can join the workshops and we can clarify them actually during the weekends. It is like every day-to-day live class only, guys. Any video you see, it's a live class. No copy-paste mechanisms. Everything we'll write it, we'll explain them, and we can do that actually, guys. Yes, we already have a good books are there, PDFs are there. So it is up to you how much books you can read. You can read that many books. I can share them actually, guys. It is in PC or you can do it in cloud also. Yes, absolutely, Pavitra. There is no problem at all. Only thing is, don't expect a higher level jobs, because you are saying that you are a fresher also. As a fresher, will get new programming. Will I get a job as a fresher with no experience? Absolutely, you can get it actually. Okay, fine, guys. It's going to be cloud also, because we can use something called as a Google Colab actually, guys. You can use Google Colab as a cloud. I'll tell you what is that particular Google Colab and all these things. So you can work as a Google Colab also. In Google Colab, you can work with the Jupyter Notebook. This is my Google Drive. You can just connect to the Google Drive and you can open a new Google Colab actually. I'll tell you what is that Google Colab later actually, guys. So this is going to be on a cloud actually, which is Google Collaboratory. The same thing, whatever I have been got done, we can work with that. With the GPU and a GPU support will be there. You can work on your local system or you can work on the GPU based systems actually, which is nothing but Google Colab actually. Yes, we have that, but we don't have that much importance for that. But up to some extent, we are going to be, because big data is an outdated actually, guys. Now they are using Spark. So up to some extent, 4 classes, 4 sessions will be there on a big data systems, because the complete setup is required. Complete setup is different. So you don't get the setup actually. You don't get opportunity to work on them. Simply if you listen the class, you can't understand them. That's why we work on the Apache Spark. For Apache Spark, we are going to be using Databricks actually, guys. We are having a directly Databricks account is there. You can just work with the Databricks account. It's a community edition. It's a free of cost. You need not to pay any money for them. Okay, fine, guys. So these are so many, there are so many things are there. So many interrelated things are there, guys. It's not over just by using one technique or just like learning a programming language. There are so many things are going to be there actually, guys. Yeah, surely they will send you the mails actually, guys. Everybody is going to send you the mails. Okay. Pavitra, there is no special requirements are there. For our training purpose, this is sufficient. If you want to go towards the research in deep learning, you have to buy GPU based systems actually. Okay, that is optional. It's not a mandatory to buy. With a normal configuration systems, we can work with them. It's not required. High configuration systems are not required. Okay, guys. Fine. These are going to be works. Everything is going to be gets work actually. No, it's not data structures actually, guys. Those data structures are not required in, but Python, we have some data structures. We use that particular basic data structures in Python. We'll see them actually. We'll see them actually, guys. Okay, guys. Fine, guys. So thanks for today, guys. It is almost all 9:30 p.m. Okay, almost all 1.5 hour class we have been taken. It's a not an higher. See, guys, maths. If you want to understand how the algorithm will work, you have to understand the maths actually. Okay, so it is going to be some. You have to understand the maths. So you have to put some effort. You have to put some little bit effort. We have to put them right. So it's you really don't require to derive some mathematical theories. But just if I explain some mathematical concept, you should be studying about them, guys. Yes, absolutely. You can expect more than what you expected. It is 1 month or something. Yeah, fees I told you now, guys. It is 16,000 is the fees. You can discuss the related to the fees with my backend team. I'm having 7 years of experience in government organization IT sector. Yes, you can show them. But depends on what what exactly we are going to be doing this. So this is going to be, you can show the experience. It's not a big problem at all. It is Monday to Saturday, guys, 7 days a week, because it's a long sessions. Okay, if you don't take it in a proper way, it will extend to 5 months or 6 months. Also, it will extend it. So schedule as per the schedule. If you go, it will be 4 months actually, guys. Okay, fine, guys. That's it, guys. All of you. Hiracha, your date. My backend team will get back to you, and you can get for the registration by paying the amount and all these things. They will guide you. Okay, so don't worry. My backend team will get back to you. Fine, guys. Please give proper email IDs and contact numbers so that they can contact you correctly. Fine, guys. So thanks for today, guys. Thanks for today, and hope we will see all of you in the tomorrow's class. So just for a couple of days, we'll take a demos classes only, guys, like a discussions. And maybe this weekend we have some holidays also. We have an holidays due to the festival. And after that, we'll start with our regular classes actually, guys. Yes, model building end-to-end will be there, guys. Model building, we don't do it. Machine will directly do it actually, guys. Model building, we don't do it. Machine will directly going to do it. You just give the inputs, the machine will do it actually, guys. Right, guys? Fine. Thank you all of you, guys. Hope all of your questions has been answered. And see you tomorrow, all of you. Hope all of you, I'll see all of you tomorrow in the same session, same timing, and same link actually, guys. Thank you all of you, and have a nice day. Good night, all of you, guys.